Hey, they don't like the truth.
Well, they don't want to hear the truth.
They can't handle the truth.
Grandpa is the truth.
Grandpa lied. Before we get into this video, I'd like for you to get just a little closer to me. I want you to get just a little closer. You can do better than that. I want you to get real close to me because I want to share something with you that I have never shared with the public. I like for you to know that I don't bond with nice guys. I only bond with strong men who have no problem walking up to the plate and speaking out for what they believe in. I respect that. And I don't care what color you are. My circle of close friends are Italians, white, Latino, Mexicans. I don't care what color you are. I'm not into that crap. I'm into strong men who got my back. Now, you know the reason why I don't bond with nice guys, wimps and nerds? The same reason why women don't want to be bothered with you. Because if something jump off, you might be in the closet scared like a rabbit. Now, I like to give special thanks to Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters, who recently announced to the news media, to the press, that he was seeking the death penalty for Desean Brown, a monster who killed Natisha Lattimore. And after he killed her, this monster cut her body up in little bitty pieces and put it in a garbage bag. Then this monster turned around and killed her son, who was only about 5 or 6 years old. After he killed him, he took that little boy and threw him in the Ohio River. Now, the news media got in contact with me. A lot of people got in contact with me. And I shared this with the news media, and I told everybody that they would never, ever find that little boy's body. Some people got mad at me. Oh, they gonna find his body. They got so many people down there searching for his body. They got all these organizations, they looking. Don't get me wrong, I respect what they was doing, but I knew that they would never, ever find that little boy's body. I was born and raised downtown in the hood, and I know the history of that Ohio River. A lot of people don't know the history of that Ohio River. And in the hood is, shh, don't talk about that. No, that's taboo. Don't talk about that Ohio River. See, I know that Ohio River is a dumping ground for dead bodies. Hey man, did you hear about so-and-so and them? They got a beef going? Yeah, man, his body is missing. Can't nobody find out where he at. Well, you know what happened. They threw his body down there in the Ohio River. See, they don't want you to know about that Ohio River. They don't want you to know that they got rats down there that's big as beavers. They don't want you to know that they got fish and snakes down there as big as I am. Some men that was down there working, they swear up and down a turtle emerged from that river. The turtle was so huge that they started running. They told the authorities, and the authorities laughed at them. Now, I hate to talk about this. I really do. I get a lump in my throat to even think about that little boy. Can you imagine what happened to him in that Ohio River? The sad reality is them animals down there ate his body up. That's why I knew they would never find that little boy's body. Now, I like to recite a line from an independent film that I wrote, produced, directed, and starred in called Grandpa. In the movie, I'm beating up the young boys because I don't care nothing about these young thugs. I don't have no compassion for them. And this is one of my favorite lines in the movie, and I like to drop it on you. And it goes like this. If you got snakes in your house, if you got rats in your house, the only solution is the exterminator. And I'd like to thank Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Deters for becoming that exterminator. Now, I like to keep the ball rolling, and I like to introduce you to Mr. Taylor, a young black man who I feel honored to be in his presence. Every time I see a young man with a suit on that's classy, it makes me proud to be black. And now, without furthermore, I'd like to ask Mr. Taylor, what is your viewpoints? How do you feel about Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Deters seeking the death penalty for Desean Brown?
Thank you. It's good to be here. This is a strong topic. It has to get talked about. We can't just ignore this. This is a big issue. It's clearly what you said, a monstrous act. I just thinking if that was my family, if I was kin to any of them, and this event happened, I don't know how I would feel. I would feel terrible inside. I would feel angry. It's tough, just hearing the actions of this man doing all these things to an innocent boy and an innocent young lady. So I feel the death penalty, seeking it will be a great thing, honestly, because it's the act of the violence towards it. It's nothing like just killing someone, but the way that they went out, it's very tough. That's a tough way to go out. I'm really not for the death penalty all the time, because sometimes us as black people be innocent and we get charged with the death penalty and we get found innocent after. But for this act, it's no room for it. It's really a tragedy. It's really.
What you said was not only powerful, but it was excellent. Like I said in the beginning of the introduction, I only bond with strong men who believe in what they say and is not afraid to stand up and speak the truth. That was powerful. And I have to keep saying it again, man. I am honored and privileged to have you on my team. I'd like to respond to what you said, because what you said is the God's truth. Unfortunately, a lot of black people have been sentenced to death for something that they didn't do. And I like to respond to that by saying, if I had 1 ounce of doubt that Desean Brown did not commit this violent act, I would not be making this video. I think that's why a lot of people have a problem whenever you talk about enforcing the death penalty, because they are confused. Because we have to be realistic. We were slaves in this country, so we don't trust the government, okay? But I'm not talking about committing, trying to do an execution with somebody that's innocent. I'm talking about these thugs that go out here and kill somebody because they want to be initiated in a game. I'm talking about innocent people that are being killed. They must pay their debt to society with their life. Black on black crime is the most important issue in the black community. But they call themselves men, but they don't have the courage to stand up and talk about it. You know what we talking about? The LGBTQ community. Them people ain't done nothing to me. We should be talking about black on black crime because that's affecting us. But we don't do that. You understand? We afraid. We can't say nothing about it. Well, I'm going to speak out about it, and I am proud to have you on my team. I can't thank you enough, man. Thank you very much. Now, I like to keep the ball rolling. And I like to introduce you to a close friend of mine. We've been friends ever since we were 16 years old, Mr. Billy Ballard. And a lot of you that didn't see part one, you didn't see enforce the death penalty for Desean Brown. He was in that video. Now he's in part two. He is Letitia Lattimore's cousin. I was already concerned about this case because I'm sick of these senseless murders. And now, without further ado, I would like Billy Ballard to express your views.
Okay, my name is Billy Ballard. I've been running a private car service in Cincinnati for about 11 years. And like Robert said, my cousin was the young lady that got killed and her little son down by the river. So the death penalty, I think Joe Dieters should be called a hero for seeking the death penalty in this case. Because what justifies the death penalty is a planned, vicious, malicious act to kill somebody. That, to me, should be the grounds for death penalty. And so if I could, if Joe Dieters could see this, or when he sees this, tell him I stand up and applaud for what he's doing in this in this case with Desean Brown seeking the death penalty, because that's the only thing that's going to rectify somebody as vicious and malicious as this guy. And the only thing I hope is that it will be initiated quickly. I know the laws of the state, they drag it out with appeals. I wish the guy could just be executed within a year, personally. But so, hats off to Joe Dieters. You won't be hearing me say this that much about Joe Dieters in the future, but you got it right on this one, Joe. Do your thing.
I like to end this video on this note. And I know a lot of you all are not going to be able to understand or comprehend this part of the video. I like to talk about, as we come to a closing, I like to talk about the people who oppose the death penalty. People that oppose the death penalty are the real killers. You know why? Because they create an atmosphere where there is no consequences. Without these fools, black on black crime would not exist. These idiots, these morons, these fools get out Here they come with signs protesting this individual should not be executed. If people sit down and realize why do they do that? What is their purpose? Their whole purpose is to demonstrate to the world that they have the power to stop an execution. They don't care nothing about nobody. You got these serial killers on death row. They done killed women. They done molested children. They have confessed to the world, to the news media, that they're ready to die. 90% of them will tell you, I'm ready to be executed. Now here come these zip-mouth fools walking around with a bucket on their head looking backwards with the mentality of a bed bug. Here they come protesting, no, don't kill him, don't execute him. They don't care about how many people he done killed. They don't care if he's guilty. All they care about is they want to stop an execution. And for some stupid reason, the public believes that they're good people. That's what they really believe. They don't care about nobody or nothing. You never hear them talk about the victim's family. You ain't got to take my word for it. Go on YouTube and look at them killers and see how and what they do to the victim's family. How they laugh and smirk and make comments. People who oppose the death penalty, they don't ever talk about the victim's family. Children that will be fatherless and motherless for the rest of their life. Parents who have lost a loved one, who are frustrated, torn apart. They have gave up on life. Many of them will commit suicide. Many of them will become alcoholics and drug addicts. You see them laying on the sidewalk homeless because they have given up on life. People that oppose the death penalty are the worst people that ever walked the face of the earth. Now I'm getting ready to close this video, but I want to say one more thing, because I get tired of so many of these idiots walking up to me talking about, man, you need to stop talking about enforcing the death penalty. Man, don't you know they're trying to abolish the death penalty in states, several states all over the country? Do you know the real reason why they're trying to abolish the death penalty in certain states in America? Do you really know? Money! Money! That's why they're trying to oppose the death penalty in different states. The government is tired of these serial killers that's on death row. Now think about this. They're on death row not only in Cincinnati, Ohio, not only in Atlanta, Chicago, New York, they're all over this country. And what these serial killers are doing, they are filing appeals against the state. This is costing the state money. This is costing the government money. So you know what they did? Let's abolish the death penalty. That way, we won't have to spend all this money on these cases. Do you really think they care about you? Do you really think that? If you do, you's a sucker. It's all about this money. Now, as I come to the end of this video, I know a lot of y'all are not going to be able to comprehend what I'm saying and what I have said. You won't be able to understand this until somebody in your family is killed by one of these fools, a loved one, a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, your daughter, your son, then and only then will you be singing a different song. The only thing I ask you to do is don't wait too long, because the next bullet just might have your name on it. Grandpa live.
Most people don't know. When the Indians prayed to the sun, they called the sun Grandpa. There are a lot of movies, but Grandpa isn't just a movie. It's a classic.
Didn't I tell you you can't come in my house looking like that? Okay. All right. Look here, Sean. I want you to listen to me. I want you to go upstairs. I want you to do your homework. And I don't want you coming down here for nothing.
I never thought I'd live to be called Grandpa, 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 Grandpa.